Hello everyone, this is Reddit Team League Round 4. We have Team Rooster Trees versus Team Xel'Narwhals, and it's currently 2-1 in favour of Team Rooster Trees. For Xel'Narwhals, we have iShA, the pink Zerg, and Moonscream, otherwise known as Closter, my good friend, the green Protoss, who has been playing every race under the sun recently, so I don't know how much practice he has at Protoss. 1 minute he's Terran, 1 minute he's Zerg. I think he should just go random. Anyway, this, like, we were saying that 2-gate is really out of fashion, but on this map, Zerg's natural is literally a stone's throw from the ramp of the Protoss, so 2-gate just works here because it's so close.
Yes, indeed.
So, I mean, Zerg are not drone scouting, which is kind of interesting. And they're kind of metaing each other out right now.
iShA, I believe we saw earlier, lose to a Forge First build. Perhaps worried about it now. No, we're seeing the Gateway First standard stuff.
And down goes the hatchery. And gas going down for the Moonscream, so it's not a 2-gate.
Alright, I think we're going to see a nice long game. Maybe.
I don't know.
Still 4-gate.
Yeah, 4-gate's always on the table, really. But, I mean, I just prefer to see something slightly more adventurous than just putting down 4-gates, you know, having something evolve into 4-gate.
Yeah, I agree entirely. I pretty much never do just a plain 4-gate. Whoa, a bit of a mismarker with the drones there. Gonna hurt him a little bit, but not too much. Surprised he's only at 12 drones. I guess this was a 14 hatch, 13 gas, 12 pool. Fairly normal. I do like hatch first a lot.
Moonscream's
really, like,
kind of, I think he's forgotten to put probes in gas.
Indeed, he has. That is definitely going to hurt him. I mean, you've got that for even 30 seconds, and you're just going to have a surplus of minerals that you can't spend. Whoa.
Yeah,
with the workers.
I think. Yeah.
Queuing up 4 probes, so an interesting game so far.
Yeah.
We'll see what the players choose to do. We have the pool up, we have Lings coming out. Maybe the casters will miss that. Nice try, iShA.
Miss what? I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So we have gas coming in now. We have another zealot building. That's that mineral surplus we were talking about. He would like to build a stalker. Alas.
Yeah, I mean, it's like nerves are definitely a big factor. I mean,
oh, for sure.
The more a game builds up, like the more you play. People play in like 1-day tournaments, like the Reddit Open on a Saturday, and that's fine. You get in the flow. You go from one game to the next. You know, you're just playing. But when you have a game like this, where you have a whole week of practicing for it, and like, you know, people are going to watch it, suddenly you get nervous. I mean, I'm pretty much the worst at this,
like,
because
something important.
My ESL Pro Series games on a Monday, you know, I get a week practicing up for them, and I know people are going to watch it, and then it, you know, really affected me this last game, and I ended up losing to a 6-pull on the decider, but that's another discussion.
Yes, it is. I did see that replay, and it's quite a sad loss, but it's a learning experience.
Yeah, and chronoing the warp gate, so he's finally, like, kind of knows what he's doing. Looks like it's going to be a 3-gate expand, so he's got the Zealot hacking away at these rocks right now. Maybe not, proving me wrong, 3-gate robo. And I don't know, I mean, wow, that's an early melee attacks from Zerg.
Yeah. Maybe
this is going to be
for
a lot of
one
Zerglings.
Seedling bust. I really don't know this. You're not going to be able to bust a Protoss' front door. Very interesting wall, by the way. It's quite innovative, very creative.
Yeah,
I'm really confused about his intentions here. He built a couple Zerglings, but I don't know. Like, when you know a Protoss is going to 1-base you, you want to drone up to about 30, maybe 34, depending on what you see. But he started Lings a bit early for that. He's up to 36 workers now. If he wants to defend a one-base Protoss, he really needs to go units right now. Which I hope he's intending on doing.
I think he's just got this timing planned to defend against the 4-gate, because I can see the +1 hitting that, but I mean, it's got to be a pretty late 4-gate for that to defend against it, in my opinion.
Protoss must did this 4 warp gates and a robotics bay for Colossi. This is a lot of money for one base.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting the Colossi and the extra warp gate.
There's no way he's going to afford that all. Maybe it's preemptive for the Nexus. Maybe he's just miscalculated it. We will see. Zerg moving this doesn't mean he's going to take his third. He just wants to have that open. It's smart that he's clearing this instead of his backdoors. Backdoors vulnerable to void rays, to drops, to a lot of things. This, you want to expand away from the Protoss. It's true in Brood War, true in StarCraft 2. Very smart Overseer. Learned about DTs. I'm sure he's lost once or twice to ladder on that. He's going to get good scouting. Maybe pop out a changeling. We'll see. Wow, we're talking about Brood War stuff. A hatch in front of the natural. Very cool.
Wow, that's I don't know. I mean, he's getting a wall off, but I mean, with Colossi, you really don't want to be doing that. You want the surround, not the wall. Anyway, because I mean, you don't get the charge lock attack. Anyway, do you want to take it for a few minutes? Because I've got noisy stuff.
Sure thing. So Protoss is building the Nexus. These warp gates, he probably knows he can't afford Colossi, range, and 4 warp gates off a base, but he couldn't build the Nexus quite yet. So he dropped the warp gates down preemptively. He's probably aiming for a really big 2-base push, but we're going to see some aggression from the Zerg's little Zergling army here. I really don't know what he's trying to accomplish here. He's got +1 attack, which is good, but really, I mean, there's some force field around. There's a Zealot in a tiny little hole. Maybe if he had some Banelings to pop the pylon, he could do well, but it's still very, very tough for a Zerg to break a front door. Wow, that's a lot of Zerglings. He would really benefit from having an Overlord back here, scout the minerals, see that the Nexus is going up. If we check his vision, he has no idea. That he doesn't even see the rocks are there. The rocks are gone, pardon me. So, he's anticipating a 4-gate. He did mention in the chat earlier, like, oh, he mentioned Forge first, and then, I guess he mentioned Void Rays, pardon me. But, regardless, Zergs always anticipate some kind of insane, not insane, but very strong one-base push, and these Zerglings would have done well against a 4-gate. The +1 may have actually proved to be effective against 4-gate, but that's not what happened, and he's kind of stuck with this useless upgrade right now. It's not useless, it's going to be useful later, but right now, they're not fighting, it's just sitting there, it's a number on a screen, it's not actually anything.
Yeah, and I'd just like to point out, for anyone watching, I mean, some of these games aren't great, but there's lots of really good players that do play in them. You know, some of the ones we had before, we're nearing 2,000 rating on the ladder, and for any of the games you think you kind of missed because you were half paying attention, whatever, everything will be going up on YouTube at 1080p quality, thanks to Cnome here, and so you can always check them out later. And there's a Reddit Team League post in the SCG Tournaments forum where you can catch all that.
So I think we're going to see a similar build. We did get caught off guard by iShA's very, 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 very fast Ultralisks in the Jungle Basin game. But I think that's what he's going for here. He's getting the melee upgrades. He's getting a ton of Zerglings, spending all his gas in tech. This push is going to be tough on the ramp. Protoss may get out of position. Zerg really wants to get a good surround. He doesn't have the advantage.
Only Zerglings. I mean, he has no ranged units here. He's going to have to get a surround on the Colossi.
Oh, really?
But these force fields, Protoss. I mean, how's he going to keep them off?
Wow, is Protoss not actually force-footing? Colossus getting attacked. Wow, 42 Zerglings being produced right now. That's probably going to clean this army up, unless something amazing. Oh, there's still quite a few Zealots. I really don't know at this point.
No, I think the Zerg has this, but...
Whoa, moving it apart and going for the drones. Very aggressive play, getting super exposed, getting surrounded, losing the Colossi for no reason. Zerg is in good shape. He is going to have Ultras soon-ish. He can definitely afford the Ultra Cavern right now. He's going to be 6 gas. Protoss,
well, that is a
doesn't
great
actually have much of an
expansion location. Look at that right there. He can defend so much. He's actually on 5 hatches soon.
That is insane.
He's got the hive. He's got the infestation pit, and wow, he's just running these Zerglings in, and he's actually going to get through this wall.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't want to lose. No, he should pull back. He does not want to lose his army. Wow, he gets through. Wow, he's going to get some scouting done. May kill some probes.
+1 Zerglings versus probe.
Actually, yeah, wow, they're actually doing a lot of damage. Wow. Worker counts will update any moment. We'll check the unit tab. Down to 29 probes. That is not where you want to be. I mean, you're on 2 base. 29 probes is not a lot. He's adding gateways.
If you consider that 30 is like where it becomes max, when you have 2 gas and he has 4 gas, 2 bases, 29, he can't afford all this stuff, and he has to do something to Zerg's economy, but he can't move out because he doesn't have. Well, he has zealots and stuff. I think he's just going to make a wave of units and push. That's all he has time for, really. Although there's a Colossi coming out, so he's going to push when that hits. He has the range. I really need to see some more force field play from him, though. I mean, against mass Zerglings, you cannot fight them without force fields, really.
No, especially when they have the upgraded advantage. I do wonder what Protoss can see. He can see very little. He doesn't know about the 3rd. He doesn't know about the 4th. He doesn't know there's a hive there, but he didn't actually see the Ultralisk cavern going up. He doesn't have an observer on the map. He really has no idea what's about to happen. He doesn't know that Ultras are like literally building right now. There's 5 on the way.
See, this is the point where he's like, okay, so I need force fields. So he builds a bunch of sentries, but now there's Ultras on the map. Or no, there will be soon-ish. Wow, that's a long time. They take over a minute? Wow.
Yeah, Ultras take forever to build. 70 game seconds. It's like big enough that you have to consider it in like push timing. Like Protoss can push out, you build Ultras, and then they arrive, and your Ultras are only 3/4 done. Which is actually what's happening. We've got 10 seconds away. The Zealots are coming in.
These Lings are going to be brutal in the back, but Ultras are
huge flank. Wow, lots of force fields. Ultras coming out. Upgrade advantage is the Zergs. Wow, 1-2 upgrades. That's really huge. It's going to help against the 2 attack Zealots. Ultras are swinging in. Colossi still hanging out, dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of using the Zealots to hold back the Ultras.
Indeed, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, I mean, while in Brood War, Ultras would just tear through Zealots like no tomorrow. Because they did the damage change, and it's now plus armoured, it's a lot more than the plus thing. The normal damage, they're not so good. Cute little position by the Colossi here.
Very cute.
Zerg's just like, I'm not having any of that, I'm gonna kill you on base.
Wow, they are kinda hurt. He could lose these to Zealots and the Colossus. Ooh, nice round on the Colossus, getting a bit of damage done. It's gonna die soon enough. I would like to see some Queens moving up. Hard to do without the creep spread, but Queens transfusing Ultras is very, very strong. They have 500 health, and like, health is worth a lot more on an Ultralist because they have that 5 armor.
Yeah, 5 armor is kind of ridiculous to handle, and personally, if I don't have some sort of really good tech like Immortals against Ultralisks, you just struggle.
We did see a Void Ray switch in the earlier game against iShA that worked, but the Stargates are nowhere to be found. He's going to bust through this wall, and that is going to be it. That's 153 to 61. Very well played by the Zerg. It's a very unique strategy. I really liked watching that. It's certainly vulnerable to some things, but hey, what build isn't?
Yeah, it's really mineral heavy, which lets him get the Queens for Void Rays, and lets him get the Zerglings and the Spine Crawlers for the 4-gate. So I think he had a very solid game plan, and very impressed. So he takes that, Gigi, and